Greetings, peace be with you. So I want to start this video by asking you a question. Why is it that we can know what to do, but still don't do what we know? And this astounds me to this day because each and every single one of us are living in the information age where we have access to all of human knowledge at our fingertips, at the speed of light. We know everything, or we can know everything that we need to know about anything. Yet so many of us struggle to create results in our life, and it really comes down to closing the gap between what we know we should do and what we actually do. And this is in understanding that more information is not the answer. It's about actually applying it. So in this video, you are going to discover how to actually master your emotions so that you can consistently, predictably, and reliably do the things that you know you need to do. Okay, so with that being said, welcome to the second preview video of the upcoming Monk Mode Challenge, which is going to be a 30-day journey of self-illumination, of daily missions, of empowering you with the tools, with the productivity templates, and coming together in a community so that we can go ahead and level up in our lives together by leveraging the power of the mastermind and coming together and holding each other accountable to make this transformation in our lives. Now, thank you so much for checking out preview video number 1, leaving your comments below. It's sincerely made me happy to see that you guys are making those commitments in terms of what habits you're going to stop doing, which habits you're going to start doing. Now, if you have not checked out preview video number 1, pause this video right now and check it out because it really sets the foundation for what we will be talking about right now. Okay, I revealed to you in yesterday's video the manifestation formula. So like I said, pause this video right now, click the link up here or up here, one of these places, and down below as well. Check out preview video number 1 before diving in today. Okay, so like I shared with you yesterday, when I got started on this personal development journey, on this spiritual growth journey, I had an awakening. I realized that I was capable of so much more than I was exhibiting at that point, and I started consuming the information. And then I got caught up in information overload. And then I realized that something has to change, right? But when I narrowed down specifically that I need to get my body handled, right? Because I was at a point where I had these goals to have a fit, strong, lean, and muscular body. I had a goal to generate income online. I had a goal to cultivate deep, fulfilling, passionate relationships. And externally, it's just that I was stuck in a situation where I was skinny fat, right? I was addicted to sugar. I couldn't get my weight handled. I did not have any view on how I would generate income online or how I would provide value for other people online, knowing I couldn't even provide value for myself. I just didn't have self-respect. I didn't have a good relationship with myself and therefore was unable to cultivate a good relationship with anyone else. And really internally, I began to have very low self-esteem because I did not keep commitments to myself, right? I was like, I have all these goals, but I didn't live up to them. And that would just continue to lower my self-respect, my self-esteem. And that was a negative spiral that I was stuck in for a long time. And then when I narrowed down, okay, I need to focus on my fitness right now. I'm going to get in shape. That is the point where I had a plan in place. I had a meal plan in place. I bought the supplements. But then when it came time to actually go to the gym, I would watch TV instead. I didn't feel like going to the gym. When it came time to focus on my meal plan, I felt the craving for sugar and I would reach for that sugar. And I was stuck in that for a long time and I was just going down that negative spiral. Okay, let me know if you can relate to this as well. And it wasn't until it got to the point where I began to look at my little nephews and nieces, right? They were growing up, they were looking up to me, and I was like, what type of example am I serving on to this next generation, right? Am I serving as an exemplar that is radiantly living in alignment with his values? Or am I just giving off an image of someone who does not keep his word to himself? Someone who is not living in integrity? And that was a call for me to really step my motivation, my commitment up to the next level, because I couldn't keep going down this path. I couldn't be serving as this type of negative example for the next generation, right? Now, of course, it's very difficult to make that commitment because the powers that be are focused on taking away our life force energy. They are focused on keeping us enslaved in that lower level paradigm so that we rely on the pills and the pellets, so that we think there's something wrong with us intrinsically and that we need the extrinsic supplements or we need the pills, right? And there's a lot of agenda over there. So I know that if you are in that situation right now, know that that's not your fault. There's a agenda, huge agenda at play, right? But I knew that if I did not focus and make this a commitment, that, you know, like I shared yesterday, like projecting into the future 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, I would basically be down to negative, right? I would be down to negative, even worse off than I thought I was right then, right? And that was a point where I started diving deep into the philosophy of Stoicism, right? And I read the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, and this was a complete game changer for me because there was one particular section of his meditations where he's writing notes to himself, right? Marcus Aurelius was the Roman emperor, the philosopher king, the last of the wise rulers. He really was taking the Roman Empire to its height. And he was writing in his journal to himself that I'm paraphrasing over, he wrote in his journal that, you know, I feel comfortable in my bed right now. I'd rather stay in my bed right now than fulfill my obligations. Then he replies, he's like, was this what you were made for? You are a human being. You're not made for this. You were made for your purpose. Get out of your bed. Regardless of how you feel, do the right thing. And that's when I realized that I was experiencing these feelings, not because I was me. I was experiencing laziness and tiredness and procrastination, not because I was me, not because you are you. You're not experiencing these feelings because you are you. You are experiencing them because you are human. The fact that Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, was experiencing these same feelings, it means that we all experience them, right? And that's when I realized it's not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's about what is important to me. It's about what I need to get done, regardless of how I feel, right? So the shift over there that yes, we all feel lazy. Yes, we all feel tired. Yes, we all procrastinate. But the really difference maker, the big difference maker is how we respond to those feelings, right? Marcus Aurelius, even though he felt like staying in his warm, cozy bed, he got out and fulfilled his duty and his obligation, right? So this real shift in my paradigm came through, okay, regardless of how I feel, I can still make the decision that is in alignment with who I want to be, okay? And it's very important over here to understand the difference between emotions and feelings, okay? So a feeling is transient. It lasts just a moment, right? You feel hungry, you feel tired, you feel angry, right? Whatever these feelings are, they exist in the moment. And how we respond to them is what makes all the difference. Now, I might be feeling the craving for sugar right now, but because I want to be the type of person that is healthy, that is vital, that is ripped, that is strong, that is focused, right? I want to be a certain way. Therefore, I ignore the feeling and I make the decision that is in alignment with who I want to be. Okay, extremely important that you understand this. Feelings exist in the moment. They are ephemeral. They are transient. They come and go like the weather, right? Emotions are the accumulation of feeling and they create our default setting. Okay, so the shift over here is in not going by your feelings, okay? I might feel like watching TV. I might feel like busting a nut. I might feel like skipping out on the gym. I might feel like engaging in a negative behavior pattern. But when I focus on who I want to be, on the emotional state that I intend to cultivate, then I make the decision in alignment with that rather than how I feel. Okay, I really hope that you're catching my drift right now because this critical difference is what allows us to level up rather than fall down to the level of feelings. Okay, people talk about how emotional men are weak. That's not actually true because emotions are just a signal. And the difference is when we enter monk mode is when we become the source of our emotions rather than the victim of our feelings. Okay, really let this sink in because we think that I want to feel happy. I want to feel motivated. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel loved, right? This is an example of someone who is not in monk mode. This is an example of someone who is reliant on external conditions to make him feel a certain way, okay? But when you make the shift into monk mode is when you become the source of those emotions, okay? You don't want to feel peaceful, you become a peaceful person, okay? You don't want to feel motivated, you are motivated through the lens of making the decision that is in alignment with your values, right? You don't want to feel inspired, you are inspired, you are the source of inspiration in the lives of another, okay? So you are the cause of your emotions rather than the victim of your feelings, okay? So you have an intention to be disciplined, to be healthy, to be focused, to be productive. You have that intention, and therefore you make a decision that is in alignment with that emotional state that you intend to cultivate rather than how you feel in the moment, okay? Most people, they feel a certain way, then they make a decision in alignment with that feeling, and then they just become the type of person that is dictated through their feelings, right? So their identity becomes dictated by how they feel in the moment, and their feeling is dictated by some external situation that's taking place. So what we want to do is make the shift from making our decisions through the lens of how we feel to making the decisions through the lens of the emotional state that we intend to cultivate. Let's say you intend to cultivate the emotional state of feeling disciplined, right? Of cultivating the emotion of discipline. That's your default setting. You are a disciplined person. And that is when, even though you don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning, you get out and then you make a vote for the type of person that you're becoming. Okay, so very important to catch this nuance over here, because so many of us don't feel like doing a certain thing and then we don't do it, even though we know it's the best thing for us. But when we focus on the emotion that we intend to cultivate and we make our decisions through that lens rather than how we feel, then we end up feeling that way anyway in the long term, right? Because emotions are the cultivation of feelings, the accumulation of feelings, right? And once we begin making our decisions again and again and again through the lens of who we intend to become, through the lens of the emotional state that we intend to be in, that is when we truly begin to become the conscious creators of our reality. Okay, so I hope that I was clear in communicating this difference between feelings and emotions and making the decisions through the desired emotional state rather than the current feeling that you have. Okay, once you begin to do this and you get clear on what those emotional states are, then you begin to level up in every area of your life. Okay, so right now the call to action is to leave a comment below. Think about 3 emotions that you intend to cultivate, right? 3 character traits. Let's think about it that way, okay? Because when a feeling is extended for a few hours, it becomes a mood. When a mood is extended for a couple of days or weeks, it becomes a temperament. And when that temperament is extended over a long time, it becomes a personality trait. And our personality trait ends up becoming influenced by the feeling that we had in the moment. So what we intend to do right now is to start with the personality trait and then go from there, work through that lens, okay? So write down 3 personality traits that you intend to cultivate in your life. Okay, it could be discipline, it could be focus, it could be productivity, it could be peace, it could be happiness, it could be love. Okay, write down 3 personality traits that you intend to cultivate in your life. It could be curiosity, it could be learning, it could be anything. Okay, write down 3 personality traits that you intend to cultivate in your life, and then write down 1 action for each personality trait that will allow you to embody that emotion. For example, let's say one of your personality traits that you intend to accomplish is discipline. Therefore, you will meditate every single day for 10 minutes. Let's say another personality trait is love. This means that you will cultivate, you will be the source of love in the life of another. You will be present when you spend time with someone rather than being on your phone, right? Just some examples over here for you. Let's say curiosity is another one for you. This means that you will read 30 minutes of a book that on a topic that you know nothing about, but you're deeply curious about for 30 minutes every single day. Okay, so write that right now in the comments so that this does not become another session of information gathering and it becomes a session where you can actually change your decisions moving forward. Okay, so 3 personality traits that you intend to cultivate and the 1 behavior for each of these personality traits that will allow you to embody them and eventually become them. Okay, so that is your call to action right now. And with that being said, keep an eye out for tomorrow's video because we will be diving deep into how to discover your purpose and create your destiny. Okay, so many of us are caught up in the lens of not knowing what our purpose is and we're engaged in these self-development practices. But when we don't know what our purpose is, then this becomes another escape from getting that clarity. Okay, so tomorrow I will be walking you through the step-by-step process on how to do that. So keep an eye out for that video. Okay, so with that being said, leave your comment below and I will conclude this video on that note, and I will leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator. Okay, much love to you. Take care. And I can't wait to get the monk mode challenge out to you this Thursday. Okay, seriously, I'm so excited for this. All right, so once again, much love to you. Take care.